Greetings everyone, this is Lightstar, and today I want to share some very important information about what is going on right now for a lot of us on the planet. And I'm going to do that in sharing my Magical Dimensions Oracle and Activator cards. So I'll be going along what's going on and what the cards are telling us, what the energies are telling us. But I first want to say there is, at the time of this recording, we've got a Scorpio moon going on, and I'm not an astrologer, so I can't really go into the details of what's going on. But I do know the energies have been very intense, okay? Very intense. And just to sum it up, I want to show a card from one of my favorite decks, which is called the Soul Cards. But this is what's the feeling of what's happening, okay? Can you get the gist of it? Don't really need any interpretation other than just saying it's like this angst, this frustration, this kind of just kind of energy that's just very pent up and built up. We've got a lot of frequencies and vibrations that are stirring things up on the planet. We're all going through a lot. We're all going through a lot of healing processes. We're all going through quite a bit of transformations and new energies coming into our bodies and having to adjust to those new energies from the waves of the cosmos. And so we're really going through a lot right now. So although the frequencies are taking us higher and all of us are feeling higher and higher with it, we are also experiencing this kind of frustration. Either when's it going to be over? When am I going to get on, with my career, my new position, my new life that I'm bringing through, my new energies that are coming through, my new gifts, my new talents, my new book, my new everything, all the projects, and just feeling like it might just be a little bit slower than you'd like, or you have to go through this other healing process and that gets in the way, or something comes up. And so it's just a bit of like frustration energy. I know I've been feeling this myself, and I know a lot of you have too. So I just wanted to share a little bit about some processes that can help you and some things to focus on to really help this and help us adjust better. Because ultimately, this is my Magical Dimensions Oracle cards, and we're going through some releasing, okay? This is all about releasing and letting go, and in order to do that, we have to have it come up to the surface. We have to feel it. We have to be in it. We have to acknowledge it and know that it's there. Even our dark sides and our light and night sides are present, and we have to actually understand all of it to the extent that knowing what needs to be released and what needs to let go and what needs to be washed away. So this is kind of a period of time of us all going through and reflecting upon that which is coming up for us and just being honoring and being loving about it. So we're really going through this process and time period of trying to ground ourselves, but sometimes feeling very ungrounded in our groundedness. So, if that makes any sense to you, I know that a lot of us work on grounding as well as going up into the heavens and the lighter celestial kind of energies, which are beautiful and loving, and we want to be in those. And then sometimes these other energies from our past start to come to the surface. So there's a lot of past energies coming up for also being healed, acknowledged, looked at, and also worked through. So another thing we are dealing with in this is we're dealing with power. Okay, this is the solar portal from my card that I've created, and I have 7 chakra cards in the deck. But it's basically talking about the energies of our center, our balance, where we find our focal point, where we come back to the place of being centered and feeling our energies and feeling our powers and our empowerment. And so again, sometimes we have to vacillate back and forth, swaying this way and that way, flowing it, the ebb and the flow of the tides, sometimes in order to come into that place of centered and balanced. And how do we get to a place of feeling balanced as well? We have to open ourselves up to being able to receive, okay? I'm going to say that again. We have to open ourselves up to be able to receive, and receive energies, receive love, receive kindness, receive compliments, receive money and abundance and whatever it is, health. We have to be open to receiving in this place. And so then we can radiate that. We have to be able to be knowing that we have to be the energy, not just have the energy. We have to be the energy, and then we can ultimately radiate like the sun. So that's what we're kind of pushing through all of this. We're learning to master our own power and how to be the master of our power. So yeah, in order to do that, we have to go a little bit this way, a little bit that way. We have to experiment with what that means and what that means for us internally, and how do we push through that. So that, these are big energies that we're dealing with. This isn't just light stuff. This is actually pretty big and pretty heavy energy. So we want to take ourselves into this place of empowerment, because ultimately we're leading through this process, and we're leading through this place of becoming who we truly are and being this empowerment that we always want to be, and we always aspire to be from ourselves and other people. Even mentors and things like that. So we're coming into a place of empowerment and liberation. Okay, there's a lot going on the planet right now, from our politics to everything else, and I'm not going to go into that because we all know what the heck's going on there. But we know that disclosure is happening, and we're getting more information coming to the surface that can help us to liberate our energies, to widen our energies, and to become aware of our own power and who we truly are, not to use it in egotistical purposes, but to using this power for us to stand strong in our truth and be strong, standing in our core center and standing within the knowledge of who we are. And in the empowerment, it becomes very liberating for all of us as a collective, not just individually, but as a collective. So in order to also get to this place, though, we have to go within. And that's what we're kind of doing right now as well, is going within. And this is the Ice Queen talking about going into that solitude. Sometimes we have to just kind of go within. We may feel like we're running through barbed wire and we're getting tangled and we're feeling frustrated and all of those things. And sometimes we have to go within to really understand these things a little better, to clear them and release them and allow them to kind of wash away. So this is the momentum of what we're moving through. And sometimes this also means going into that place of silence and solitude, away from other people for a little while, or even it's just a day, retreating back within your own sanctuary, within your own place of healing and rejuvenation. And that's where we gain our strength back. So allowing yourself, if you need to go into your shadow side for a day, okay, we're not going to stay there for like months on end, but we sometimes need to retreat there so that we can allow ourselves to express the energies, okay? Expressing and releasing the energy, the flow, the emotions, letting it come out, because we have to have an outlet for all of this in order for us to become empowered. And we have to find healthy outlets, whatever that be for you. If it's working out, if it's punching a punching bag or your pillow or screaming in your car, let it out if it needs to come out. Don't let it bottle up inside of you. It's not healthy, and it doesn't help anybody around you either. So these are some of the energies that we're working with at this time. So I want to give all of you a big boost of inspiration and love, and knowing that you're on the right path. Keep going. Don't give up, no matter how hard it seems, and no matter what the stakes seem to be, or things, roller coaster riding all over the place. Just keep coming back to center, and keep coming back to your place of repose and a place of groundedness as much as you can. Now, one thing I want to say too, I'm just choosing some cards in order to see how we can do this, how we can actually come into this place of uncovering the mask and really getting into our flow of who we really are. One card I was choosing, which is, these are the how cards, okay? But this is the Dreamscape card, and this is all about the subconscious, because knowing that we are dealing with energies that are not seen, necessarily. Sometimes they can be seen in our world as the result of what's going on, but we're really working with the subconscious, the unconscious, the consciousness, and so that is sometimes an unseen type of energy. So this is why it's sometimes so frustrating, because we're having to go in and actually work in these unseen places. So the best place I know also to do this is dream work, because dream work comes out when it's kind of dealing with the subconscious, the unconscious. So working at your dreams and in dream time can be very helpful, and also knowing that these energies are very deep, they're very intense. The energies are helping us to shift, but we also have to experience them, and sometimes they're not comfortable, and they don't usually last that long though in those periods of time. So just let it flow and allow yourself to kind of understand that this is all underneath the surface. It may not be right at the top of the surface, so be kind in that way. The other thing is, I get this card so much. This is Sanctuary, and when I'm always doing these type of readings for the consciousness here, I always get this card. So, and I got this for last year and the year before when I was choosing the cards for 2016 and 2015. So we're really dealing with healing. I mean, this is an ongoing process, and it seems to be underlying all of our energies right now, is that we're clearing these old patterns, these old underlying patterns of limitation and disbelief in ourselves, and patterns of our youth and our childhood and our issues with our parents and siblings and all of that. We're still dealing with this. This is not, some of us have made a lot of strides in that, but there's still stuff there that we're still dealing with. And we have angelic helpers, we have beings to help us. But knowing that you're still kind of dealing with some of those underlying, we're getting to the point where pushing through and moving out of that, but it's still kind of there underneath the surface working. And sometimes we can't see that in our day-to-day life. But then when we see things not working like we want them to work out, we then go back and to see, gosh, what kind of pattern or what kind of shadows or what kind of issues am I still dealing with and need to still be healed in some way. Now, when we get to the point of, okay, now we can actually move into giving ourselves more of that high frequency energy. And that comes from the crown portal or the crown chakra. Some people, I like to call them portals. But the crown chakra is all about bringing in that divine level of truth, that divine self that you are, coming straight from Creator Source, whatever that means for you. But bringing in those divine energies and those frequencies that can help to raise us higher, raise our vibrations higher, raise our consciousness higher, stepping into the realms of spirit. That is what we are. That is where we need to go. So knowing that we're dealing with a lot of issues that sometimes can feel ugly, can feel frustrating, can feel confused, can feel angry, and all of that, knowing that we are at the truth of who we are, at the basis of who we are love and light, we are love. That is what we are, and we get our divine love directly from Creator Source as who we are. So when we open up that doorway, we can now start to move into this. So you may start feeling that we can move into this in a little bit after we get rid of the mucky muck, as I like to say. We also move into loving ourselves. We need to love ourselves. Okay, that is at the crux of a lot of our issues, is not being loving and kind to ourselves. This is reflective truth. This is you looking in the mirror and seeing who is there. It's you. It's always been you. It's not going to be anybody else. It's you. So do you love yourself? How kind are you to yourself when you're going through all of this kind of craziness and this frustration? How kind are you? How kind are you to your own process? Do you love who you are at the basis of who you are? And getting to know who that is if you're not sure. Okay, this is the basis for setting us all up for a healthier foundation for ourselves. And ultimately, we come to this awesome place of utopia, which is this amazing, peaceful, serene, loving place that after we've gone through a lot of this stuff that we're dealing with in this towards the end of the year kind of feeling. This is building up, and everything that we're going through is kind of coming out into the surface. So we want to actually look at, there is something to look forward to. It's not all bad. Yes, sometimes things have to come to the surface. Sometimes things feel like they're getting worse before they're getting better. But now we ultimately can see that there is a happy place, a place of peace that we will get to within ourselves, including if the chaos is still going on around us, because that may still be there for quite some time. We're just getting started, stepping into, the golden age here. And before that, we got to have disclosure and transparency and everything ugly kind of coming out to the surface so we can start anew. But I want to give this card, this is the card that I chose for the very last card, so it's telling us, yes, 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 this is what we're working towards, this is what we're going for, and this is what we're going for within ourselves as well as our outer experience, and bringing that to our communities, individual communities, and starting over again in a healthier, better way, and rebuilding this for us. So just wanting to share this because there's some really intense energies coming up, and I really wanted to share a little bit of what's going on, for what I'm feeling is happening for a lot of you, and also pouring out some love and light to all of you who feel that sort of discouragedness or depressed or frustrated or angry. Just hang on. This too shall pass. It always does. It may last a little bit longer than you like sometimes, but let yourself go through it. Okay? I want to send you all love and light again from all the realms of the angels, the galactics, and the elementals and fairies who are helping us to keep this energy light. So don't forget them and bringing them into your energy. So if you'd like to look at more of my session work, I can certainly help you kind of navigate some of these things that you're going through. Go check out lightstarcreations.com. And I have lots of different session types, my 3-phase starseed sessions, and also my teaching sessions, which are my Sacred Keys acceleration system. And you can check out my alignment jewelry. My oracle cards will be my new oracle cards, because it's going to be revised from the publisher, will soon be coming out, but it probably won't be till spring of 2017. So you can go get on my email list on my website and join that, as there are going to be amazing new changes. It's just, I can't talk about it too much, but I just know it's just going to be a beautiful deck. Same artwork of mine, but they're going to improve the size of the box, I believe, and also the deck, the cards will have a little bit different border on them, but they're going to be making some really awesome changes, and that will be available very soon. So again, sending all of you the blessings that you need, the transformations that you need, the energies that you need to stand strong and know that it's okay when you have to go through this stuff first. We're all going through it together. We can support each other together and love each other through this, okay? So lots of love and blessings, and I will see you soon. Namaste.